I had some free time recently, so I thought I'd take in a show. It was a premiere, and the place was packed. Standing room only. I guess you could call this an off-Broadway production. Way off-Broadway. I was in a Darfur refugee camp in eastern Chad. Without any warning, it started. I realized I was filming in the middle of the stage, and I had no idea what was about to happen. Even though this was just a skit, and the budding actors refugees, the topic was real. The local Chadians and the refugees weren't getting along. They were fighting over firewood. To put it simply, eastern Chad is running out of wood. I guess you could say firewood is close to my heart. We used to burn tons of it every year to heat our house. You see, I'm originally from Oregon, one of the wettest corners of the U.S. We have so much rain out there, we joke that our state flower is mildew. That much rain means we've got trees, piles of them. So when I saw this, dead trees that are hacked at for a few slivers of wood, it really got to me. Chad's government says the country has lost 60% of its trees over the last few decades. Now there's a ban on cutting down live trees. They've even banned the use of charcoal. It's no wonder why. With 250,000 Darfur refugees and more than 167,000 internally displaced people in eastern Chad, not to mention the local population, the supply of firewood is disappearing. Humanitarian organizations arrange for firewood deliveries to the refugee camps. In January, here in Kanungu camp, 112 tons of wood was hauled in. To supply all of the refugee camps, it costs more than $3 million a year. This is Ali. He drives the trucks out to get the wood. He says they are going 35 miles outside the camps to find it, and it's almost finished. That means in the coming months they will have to go even further. His fellow drivers ran into bandits a few days ago. They got roughed up. Collecting firewood is one of the few jobs around here, and everyone wants in on it. All of this has Asha worried. She's a mother of 8 who lives in Kanungu camp. She relies on the wood distribution which Sekadev, CRS's partner, helps organize. They manage 3 of Chad's 12 Darfur refugee camps. The competition for wood between Chadians and Darfur refugees is fierce, and it often turns ugly. While it's kind of hard to see, Asha has multiple scars on her face and legs. She hasn't left the camp in more than a year to collect firewood. Women are often physically and sexually abused when collecting wood.
She says, the local people said, why the refugee didn't stay in Darfur? Why they came in Eastern Chad to take their firewood?
When we get to Asha's house, she invites us in for a cup of tea. She uses a stove called a Save 80. Cookers like this have been given to thousands of Darfur refugees. It uses 80% less firewood than traditional stoves. Asha doesn't waste anything. She appreciates the firewood deliveries even if she doesn't get as much as she used to. Now that she has a Save 80, her monthly firewood ration has been decreased to 11 pounds. She's become an expert at making do with less. There are no easy solutions to the firewood problems in eastern Chad. Tree planting has been tried, but it didn't work very well. The Save 80s are helping, but more are needed. I would love to give Chad some of Oregon's trees, but that's not possible. It would cost too many greenbacks. But maybe that's the answer. Something green. Like green charcoal. A non-governmental organization called Pro Natura is using a process that carbonizes organic matter. It's turned into briquettes for cooking. It's cheaper than traditional charcoal and much better for the environment. They aren't working in the refugee camps yet, but I think it's just a matter of time. I don't know if Chad will ever look like this, but if enough people put their minds to it, the firewood problems in eastern Chad could be eased. And that would make Asha's life just a little bit easier.